So the idea is you want to understand your customers. And so one of the best ways to do that is have ChatGPT create a client avatar. So why does somebody here tell me what kind of coaching you do? Type in the chat and let's use you as an example this time. All right, got a bunch of business one. Business, anxiety coach, spiritual seekers, leadership, sleep coach. Let's do, yeah, I got training, health and fitness, grief. Okay. Everybody really wants me to do theirs. Well, we already showed a dating one, so why don't we do, let's try anxiety coach. Okay. Let's see that. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Business, I know we could crush it. And maybe I should pick business just because I feel I'm like, oh, I know what that'll do. I know that's going to work great. Anxiety, I'm not so sure, but let's see what happens. Okay. Who was the anxiety coach? Just a Zoom user. All right, I'll just make up a name. And I've been helping coaches with their marketing for a long time. One of the things I teach, which I taught in lesson 1, is that one of the things you want to do is you want to condense what you do down into like a simple 3 to 5 word phrase that makes people go, I want that. It's like becomes the DNA of your marketing. And so if you're an anxiety coach, the 3-word phrase for you, I'm going to do the work for you, is end anxiety now. Okay. End anxiety. Whoops. Now. So look at all this. This is amazing. So this could be a very typical person for Bob to work with. That's good. We could create another one. Emily Thompson. This time she's a graphic designer. Emily Thompson. And the first one was also Emily. Emily Thompson times 2. They were not very creative there with different people's names. Okay. Now you might be good to have, let's see, create another character that is male. David Wilson, high school history teacher. So sometimes it's good to have more than just one avatar, but one's actually plenty. So I'm going to stop generating that, but you can do that. That's one of the things that you can do. I'm going to switch up and build on what we're doing here with Emily, because what we want to do is we want to turn this into marketing pieces, social media marketing campaigns, and there's a lot that we can do with this. And I'm going to show you. We're going to go super fast on these. Now that we have our customer avatar, let's dive deeper. Well, let's actually look. So we already have, she's got goals, and symptoms, personality traits. All right, let's have ChatGPT come up with some ways of helping her. What are all of the ways Bob could support Emily to end her anxiety? Cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness techniques, positive affirmations, journaling, skill building. That's interesting. They're even giving breakdown categories with breakdowns of each. Interesting. I'm gonna see what it does if I give it again. It's interesting how it's got some different things in here the second time. Is that better or worse? I think it was better. Okay. Let's try one more time. But this time I'm going to change this. It says, what are all the ways? I'm going to change that to, what are the 25 ways? This way we get at least 20. This way we get 25. Because I said all of, and then they were different numbers each time. So I'm not sure how exhaustive that was. So I'm going to see if we can come up with at least 25. And while we're letting that do its job, I'm going to tell you the next step that we're going to do is using some of these tips for ending anxiety. Social media campaign that shares these tips and action steps for implementing them. Make a markdown table with 20 days of social media posts with the tip, explanation, and a description of an image to use with the post. There we go. It's much easier to read this way, yeah? All right, so it's going to take those, turn that into 25. And then what you can do is you can take one of these. Let's see, image of a brain with positive and negative thought bubbles around it. Let's see what that looks like. I'm now going to stop share, and I'm going to share another tool called Midjourney. Some of you may be familiar with it. So with Midjourney, you just put in a prompt. Let's see what it comes up with. Midjourney can just take stuff and just make images out of it. Take text, turn it into images. These are some I did earlier today. I wanted a professional woman making a presentation in front of a boardroom table, smiling confidently while all the other people are riveted to her every word. And this is what Midjourney came up with. And so that's pretty cool. Yeah. And none of these are real women. Like, these are just made up humans. So it's interesting. Sometimes it does a great job, but the other weird thing is sometimes it's like this one you can she's like right in the middle of the table. It doesn't look so like too bad, but let me show you one of these other ones I did earlier today. It's like, how's she just floating on that table? I don't know. Okay, let's see what Midjourney does here. Image of a brain, positive and negative thought bubbles. So it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but it has to be interesting, right? So any of these could be good. If you don't like them, you could just regenerate. It'll make a bunch more. If you like one and you want to make variations of that one, but you can see how if you had a social media post, that some of these would be pretty good. Maybe this one here with the face would be good for anxiety, right?